Greetings and welcome back. Today we're exploring the Great Northern Railway, and I'm at an old depot, a Great Northern depot that's abandoned. And it's kind of abandoned in plain sight, and it's a piece of history, but I found something a bit unnerving and kind of shocking I want to show you guys. But first, let's appreciate this structure. And you can see it's all boarded up. I'm in the old rail yard. Some of the lines collapsing, but this is from the Great Northern. And there's some oil tankers right there, gas, what have you, some old rail bed, and some old rails. So this is a really cool site. I'm kind of just poking around here, but what I found back here, which is bizarre, is this bike. Look at this motorcycle. Now, I'm not gonna draw any conclusions, but it's pretty strange. It's just sitting back behind this old rail depot, what was once the Great Northern Railroad. I'm kind of admiring everything, as we do on the channel, explore all sorts of stuff, and this has been on my radar for a little bit. But this is really unfortunate. And there's a blanket as well. Isn't that strange? Suzuki. See, there's not even a key. I don't even know how you drive this thing. I've always drove Harleys, so I'm not familiar with this, but you can see this is like someone's been back here. Isn't that strange? But look at this baby. Now, what kind of bike is this? If any of the viewers know, I'd appreciate to know what this is. And it's just back here. And to give you a little idea of where it's at and how I found it, all I was doing was exploring this site and kind of appreciating it. It's boarded up. It's the old Great Northern Depot, and there are old Chevron signs on it, but there's several, keep out signs. This is a backyard, maybe a loading or staging area, but can you see the bike now? You can barely see it. And there's a junkyard right there, but that's a far stretch to have this motorcycle here. And this site is littered with different things like a sock, drinks. Look at the old rail beds. And it's kind of collapsing. There's just a bunch of rail link right there. And then we have this gem. And I'm assuming the trains pull right up to this. Be able to unload cars. Look at the old light fixtures there. Still hanging tough. I think those are original as well. And you can see this kind of like Art Deco molding and trim on the top of the building, on top of the brick. Just a little added layer of detail for everyone. And there's a lot of broken glass as well. But look at this baby. So the exhaust is taken off as well. And it looks like it's had a rough life. Like this, someone dumped this thing. chain's still on it. Isn't that kind of crazy? See, only I find things like this. Just these bizarre things on all our videos we find. It's pretty cool, but I wasn't expecting to find that. At first, I walked back here and I was like, oh boy, there's someone sleeping back there. There's a homeless or maybe someone down on their luck sleeping back there. And nope, sure enough, there's it looks to me, a ditched motorcycle. And there's like some clothes remnants. Just different things like that. There the VIN is. This tire's bald. Kind of just sitting out here. Metal wires exposed on it. Kind of interesting. But I also want to include in this video as well, there is the old passenger terminal for the Great Northern Line right there. And I want to get kind of close to it. You can go in and tour it, but today it's closed. And we're kind of on the back side of everything, but yeah, this is the Great Northern Line. And look at this. So that was after the Chevron bought this building and they converted it. You see all the oil tankers. There's, you know, this is all original railing. There's a fridge down there, some trash. That's kind of boarded up. Strange, huh? You can see all this. There's like a little cubby in here. I don't even want to know what's in that. What we got going in there. I stick my head in a lot of mine shafts and weird places, but I don't want to know what goes on back here during the night or off hours we're not encountering. So let's get one last look at this bike because it's extremely curiosity provoking, and get to the old Northern terminal. It's a really great building. Now, we've ventured out of the backwaters of Montana, and there's this great building here, the Butte Depot. And this is from it being bought and converted into kind of like a tourism attraction. But look at the architecture of this structure. It's awesome. And you can't visit it right now because it's closed, obviously, or I'd be in there. But It's really cool. This is where you'd pull up. If you were on the Great Northern Railroad, right there, and you bought a ticket to Butte, you'd come into this terminal right here. And there's a bunch of other warehouses and things like that. There's a wild dog running across the street. Just kidding, it looks like there's an owner. But this is a great building. It gives you a really good idea of the amount of people who came to this area to mine or to start businesses way back when things were booming. Pretty cool, huh? Look at this. Oh, look, there's a vehicle out there driving on the tracks. And this is just kind of a bizarre area where we got a lot of riffraff and things, but there's a lot of cool old history that lives here still, and it's kind of hidden in plain sight. I also want to go through here and show you guys some of the older places, the old brothel, the old bars. So we'll do that on another episode. This was kind of impromptu, but look at that. Yeah.
Holding on to the hand of self-destruction, and I'm back to a place that I left a long time ago. Just give me a sec while I smoke this cigarette. My aching body feels better still. What do you do when you get lost? Pick up my guitar